Another mixed bag for the Tiger basketball team as we head to the final week of CAA play. The Tiger basketball report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl, chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, fans, to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. We moved to Pat's palatial office today due to our studio being taken over by we don't know who. Anyway, Coach, the Tigers this past week, thank you for letting us into your office today.
It's always good to be on location, right? We don't panic, we adjust.
That's right. Another win one, lose one week for the Tigers. Unfortunately, it seems to have been the pattern over the last month. You open up Thursday with a victory against Delaware and then a loss to Madison. Let's start with the Delaware game. It was a game where the Blue Hens got their star Ryan Daly back. Nobody knew how much he was going to play. He ends up playing 40 minutes. He plays the entire game. And he didn't show any ill effects from being gone for a month either. But a good gutty victory by you guys, even though a problem cropped up at the end of the game that would carry over to the Madison game, and that's free throw shooting. But you got the victory, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we struggled for a while. Probably a lot of that had to do with Ryan Daly coming back and him, one, being an excellent player, and two, just giving him that competitive spirit, that energy. I thought we really buckled down the last 7-8 minutes defensively and got the stops we needed. It would have been nice to put the game away. We missed 5 straight free throws in whatever it was the last minute, so that didn't help. But, a win is a win. But, it's we've had a pretty good year overall shooting the free throws. We have not had a very good year in the last 5 minutes of ball games shooting foul shots, unfortunately.
You got the victory, and Zane Martin, for the first time in a couple of months, did not score in double digits, only had 9 points in the ball game. So it was good to see that the team was able to overcome his bad night by coming through with the win.
Yeah, I thought, with some other guys step up and play well. It was a good team. When he's carried us on a lot of nights, I think when we're at our best is when we have 4 or 5 guys playing at a high level. Now that's been a little bit unpredictable with this group. It's why we've had 6 straight weeks of uneven play in quite a few close games. So it's like I said, it was good to get one over them and have some other guys play well.
All right, then we moved to the Madison game on Saturday night. Senior night, final home game for Brian Starr, Eddie Keith, and Mike Morcell and Van Roll. And Madison takes the lead early on, but my feeling throughout the whole game was the Tigers are going to win this in the end. It's going to be a game that we're going to win in the end. And the free throws just killed you again. It's unbelievable that against James Madison this year, you're 26 of 56 from the free throw line in 2 games. So 2 games that really should have been victories, maybe were losses because of free throw shooting, because your defensive numbers were good on Saturday.
We guarded well. Yeah, we guarded well, and we rebounded offensively very good. Defensively, not where we normally are, which, in a one-possession game hurt us, although we did win by our average. We're not quite as good as we've been on the glass. We're the best in the league, but we're probably doing enough.
And still in the top 50 in the country.
Yep, we are. So, not bad there. Yeah, it's hard to, like I said, guys aren't trying to miss foul shots. I'm never one to, get on a guy about transition D or messing up a scout report error, because I believe that's more controllable. It's a little bit perplexing. It's funny, Coach Clark, who's been with me the whole time, we were meeting on Sunday, talked about how we've spent more time this year shooting foul shots than maybe ever in practice. And while I think that's pretty close to accurate, we just, it's just, I think it's a focus, a mental block. Yeah, it's hard to win in our league where it's going to be tight ball games. When you pull up a stat sheet and you go whatever it was, 10 for 23 from a line, that's a lot of points that you left at the foul line. You factor in a couple front ends and one-on-ones, and so it does put so it was a good battle. Give Madison credit. They actually made foul shots. They didn't get there a lot. They made foul shots, like 11 for 13, so it's tough. We've found ways to have some tough endings, unfortunately, and I think the choice now becomes: can you commit to something, mentally, to clean up, 1 or 2 areas, which would be great to help you win, or is it just that you had some misfortune and hopefully that comes turns the other way? I think it's probably a little both. I'm not a big into just saying, hey, Lady Luck will come our way here. I think it's a little bit of both.
The other thing, I guess, as a coach, really has to be a fine line that, do you stress the free throws, and does that put more pressure on players, or do you just kind of ignore it and let them, eventually the law of averages is going to take over, and a 75% free throw shooter is going to make his free throws?
You normally feel that way. So we dropped a little bit. Obviously, we had a tough week last week, and we got to the line a lot. We did a nice job getting there.
Which you haven't been doing all year, as much as in the past.
No, but we're at 16.9. I think it's 0.7. Normally you'll take 70 or better. Now our league is really good. We're only 7th or 8th in our league. I usually not, like I said, I don't. My guys want to win and they want to make the shot, so it's hard to point a finger at them. I think what we've tried to stress is no talking, practice, obviously focus, make sure your routine. For a lot of guys, I think that are competitive guys, we talked to them about get up there, big breath, lock it in where you want to get the ball to, and then just get into your shot. Think about like hitting a baseball or a golf ball. You've got to have some focus. You can't go up there saying, I'm going to, but clearly that's her. This is, unfortunately, in late games been a problem. You go all the way back to Pittsburgh or the Hofstra game, or at Wilmington, or at Madison home. It's stung us a few times, but it's not intentional.
Right, exactly. It's not like somebody's screwing up to their positioning or whatever. It's just
we haven't done it. I think that's the key, though. To we'd like to be in a little bit better situation than we are right now. Woulda, coulda, shouldas don't do it, but those are clearly some things that those would have helped.
Right. Well, the Tigers still have plenty of basketball left, and maybe there's going to be some key games where the free throw shooting will put them over the top coming down the stretch. Join us later on this week when Coach Skerry and I talk about the Tigers' 2 road games, the final 2 games of the regular season against Hofstra and Northeastern. For head coach Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. And as always, go Tigers.